Hi, good morning. My name is Wang Jing. I will present economy of the United Kingdom. This is content that includes development of UK economy, business, legal and regulatory system, current economic situation, and other aspects. Presently, UK's economy comprises those of its home nations, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. As a member of the EU, the UK is part of a single market that ensures free movement of people, goods, services, and capital within member states. The UK maintains its own economy and has chosen to continue using the pound sterling as its national currency. And I want to introduce a period history of UK because I think it is very important for UK economy. The nation that Elizabeth inherited was experiencing a steady increase in population. During Elizabeth's reign, England expanded trade overseas and the merchant community grew. And also the government granted the English East India Company monopoly to trade in Asia, Africa, and America. On balance, it can be said that Elizabeth provided the country with a long period of general, if not total peace, and a generally increasing prosperity. During its heyday as the British Empire, the UK was the largest and most influential economy in the world. The demand of commodity was increased as the British colonial expansion and overseas market matured. The manual workshop already cannot satisfy the needs of production. And the UK was the birthplace of the modern democracy, the Industrial Revolution, the many of the financial and capital market. That's on the foundation of the capitalist economic system. The Industrial Revolution fueled the creation of the truly modern capitalist system. Manufacturing, business, and the number of wage laborers skyrocketed, starting a trend that would continue into the first half of the 19th century. Meanwhile, technology changed. Hand toys were replaced by steam or electricity driven machines. And following the end of the Second World War, UK enjoyed a long period without a major recession from 1945 to 1973, and a rapid growth in prosperity in the 1950s and the 1960s. However, following the 1973 oil crisis and the stock market crash, the British economy fell into recession. A new period of neoliberal economics began in 1979 with the election of Margaret Thatcher, who won the general election. She was famously broke the unions and ushered in free market reforms that helped the UK to shed its sick man of Europe mantle. Historically a champion of economic freedom in Europe, the United Kingdom has developed its economy based on a stronger rule of law, an open trading environment, and one of the world's most advanced financial sectors, a relatively liberal labor market by European standards complement one of the world's most efficient business environment. The regulatory environment is transparent, with no minimal capital required. Starting a business takes 6 procedures and less than a week. The UK generally treats foreign and domestic investors equally. Based on this point, I'm doing some compare with my home country, China. China has achieved impressive GDP growth based on economic reforms and great integration into the world trading and financial systems since the late 1970s. China has talked about the need for economic rebalancing. That means the shifting of power and wealth from state-owned enterprise and local governments to the household sector. But real change in power relationship has been hard to detect. The President Xi Jinping began his first year in power with an anti-corruption campaign that needed several high-ranking officials, but corruption remains endemic. Regulatory reform has progressed unevenly. Incorporating a business takes about 11 procedures and about a month. Labor regulations are relatively flexible, but enforcement of labor laws is not consistent. The government screens foreign investment and still tightly controls the financial system. At present, the United Kingdom has the fifth largest national economy measured by nominal GDP and the ninth largest in the world measured by purchasing power parity. The GDP in last year was $2.945 trillion according to the Office for National Statistics. Unemployment rate in the UK decreased to 5.6% in the 3 months to February of this year from 5.7% in the previous period. The number of people out of work in the UK fell by 48,000 to 1.91 million, its lowest level for more than 6 years. Inflation rate in UK averaged 2.73% from 1989 until now, reaching an all-time high of 8.5% in April of 1991 and a record low of 0% in February of 2015. The inflation rate in the UK was recorded as 0% in March this year, and wage growth had also continued to outpace inflation. The UK has a very free market economy and is open to foreign investment. Prime Minister David Cameron has sought investment from emerging markets and from the Far East in particular, and some of Britain's largest infrastructure including energy and skyscrapers such as should have been built with foreign investment. In the last year, the UK was the third largest stock of inward FDI and the third largest stock of outward FDI. UK trade shows the extent of import and export activity and is a key contributor to the overall economic growth of the UK. And in last year, UK was the ninth largest exporter in the world and the fifth largest importer. The UK's top 5 export and import trading partners were unchanged in February 2015 when compared with January 2015. And this is some significant partner countries such as USA, Germany, China, France, Italy. And outside the top 5, China replaced Belgium and Luxembourg as the UK's sixth largest export trading partner due to an increase in export of £0.1 billion and an increase in imports from China of £0.2 billion, lead to a record high trade deficit of 2.3 billion pounds in February 2015. Since 1979, management of the UK economy has followed a broadly laissez-faire approach. The Bank of England is the UK's central bank, and its Monetary Policy Committee is responsible for setting interest rates. The currency of the UK is the pound sterling, which is also the world's third largest reserve currency after the US dollar and the euro, and also the first most valued currency in the world. Today, the UK economy faces a struggle to recover from the 2008 year financial crisis. Prior to the financial crisis, the economy was experiencing GDP growth rates of around 3%. The latest official figures showed that the economy grew by just 0.3% between January and March, half the rate of the previous quarter. Economists was expecting growth of 0.5%. It was the slowest rate of growth since the end of 2012, when their welfare Britain would tip back into recession. Thank you. This is all my presentation. This is references. And thank you.